Be sure to check out some of our other tours with Mike Bedsole and tinyhousechattanooga.com and tours with Dominic Mangano and the Jamaica Cottage Shop. That's in Jamaica, Vermont, right here in the RelaxShacks.com channel.
Hi, this is Vera Struck, and this is my Silver Bullet tiny house. And I'm in Colorado Springs because I'm going to be speaking again and running a sustainable lifestyle design workshop at the 2016 Tiny House Jamboree, right here at the U.S. Air Force Academy. So this morning, what I want to talk about is how tough women, tiny house women, who design, build, and dwell in their tiny houses use a polycarbonate Tuftex. So what you're seeing here on the back of my tiny house are two profiles. You've got the ultra vinyl, which is less expensive and a little bit less tough than the polycarbonate, which is about 5 times tougher. These are two different profiles. For example, I'll show you. This one is the typical wavy profile right here on the door. And this is a squared off kind of profile, which is the stronger one, which is over here, the polycarbonate panel. And the reason I put these on last winter was to allow my tiny deck to be a little bit insulated from all the weather and the snow, and it did a beautiful job. I love it. And actually I have a big 8x8 foot deck at home that this goes up on a piano hinge, the entire thing in the summer. But I left it secured so that when I drive, all the rocks and stuff don't come up into the deck. We've got a little bit of stuff going on here at the campground. So follow me over here and I'll show you how I did it. So this was my first attempt at awnings. So now what you'll see here is that these are made from 2x2s. And I have purlins that support the polycarbonate panel so that snow or any kind of weather don't press on it. So right now all I'm using are pieces of wood to prop these awnings open. But the original idea was when I knew I was going on the cross-country tour, I wanted to have, follow me over here a little bit, an awning that would protect all my windows from all the gravel and weather and grease and dust that you get driving 3,000 miles across country. So I'm going to talk about this window particularly because I had to repair it. And I made a mistake when I first made this. And let me show you. I actually did not secure this end of the panel. And when you're going down the road at 55 or 65 miles an hour with a 10,000 pound tiny house, what happens is the air gets in this little 1/4 inch area and it pulled the panel, ripped it right back. Now that also could be because this is the little bit of a weaker panel, but it's probably because I didn't secure it on this edge. Now you'll notice on the other edge I didn't, and you'll also notice this is a large bay window, whereas my smaller windows didn't have that problem. So how I'm propping these up is something I would like a suggestion for, because these are just pieces of stained wood that I made for each window that not only could prop it up temporarily, but also permanently by securing these. But I think I'm looking for some kind of metal mechanism that would lay flat on this side of the awning that could attach to that. So all I have to do is swing them up lock them in position, and then be able to unlock them and swing them down. There's something else I want to talk about too. These little locking carabiners I bought to secure the windows to the side of my tiny house so that when I drive, it's nice and tight and they're not vibrating a whole lot. But I want you to understand that if you do the same thing I did, make sure you put the carabiners in a certain position so that if any vibration happens, they're not unscrewing like this. So what you want to do is put them in this direction so that whatever vibration happens, they're always moving towards being screwed, locked shut, okay? All right, so now let me show you my door. And again, this was just for protection. But it's great too because it's not a screen door, but it covers my front door from all the weather and sand and grit from the road. So I've used polycarbonate now for probably 4 years since I started building my tiny house. And I was introduced to it by Derek Diedrichson, who's also my tiny house mentor. I took a workshop of his 4 years ago, and I've never quite been the same since. And he often asks me once or twice a year to come up and speak at his workshops and to help facilitate building. And I actually worked with Roy St. Clair on several of his tree houses and tiny little micro shelters that he was building. And we often used one or both of these kinds of profiles. And you can choose, let me scooch over here for a quick second. They come in all different colors. They can be opaque or tinted. But I chose the clear one so that I could also get the solar sun in the winter to heat the inside of my tiny house. And I like to see out to see all the different kinds of weather, etc. Now you might also notice that up there on my second floor bedroom loft window, I don't have the Tuftex. There's no point in that really. I have a great large eave over that, but also you're not going to get that kind of road dirt and grime all the way up there. So I think tough women who use Tuftex can make awnings just like mine. And this is the first set of awnings, as far as I know, ever made out of Tuftex. I know because I called up the manufacturer and asked if they had a design available and realized I'm no architect or designer. So I just made a very easy framing with purlins and then just applied the Tuftex. So I'm going to be at the Tiny House Jamboree again. This is my second year. And please come by and talk tiny with me at my vendor booth number 13. I'll be near Kimberly Stoves and right next to Onduline, who manufactures Tuftex. I'll also be running a sustainable design workshop, and that will be Saturday morning, 9:30 to 10 at the workshop stage. Okay, bye for now.